Hey everybody, it's Warborg right here. I decided to, be a little bit lazy tonight. I had to debate whether I wanted to make this video response or if I wanted to play Fallout Sonara, which is a modded game, and I'll make a different video on, that game that I really enjoy playing. Um, but also, I wanted to kind of snack a little bit while I give my commentary about this video. For those of you who are curious, I'm actually snacking on a Celeste personal frozen pizza, um, and also a cup of HEB instant coffee. And these little pizzas, they're really not that bad. They're only like a dollar and a quarter, and but they actually, they actually taste pretty good for the price. So I usually always get like a week's worth of them every time I go shopping. Um, But other kind of snacks I do enjoy is I don't know if y'all have them in y'all state, but one thing we do sell around here are these Zaps Voodoo chips. Those are really good. For me, it is. That plus with some cheese dip, man. Um, the other thing I've been also binging on is these Blue Monsters, the energy drinks. So be drinking them sometimes. Uh, this weekend, of course, wasn't long enough, and I got to get up. Sorry, had to catch my breath. Um, yeah, I got to be at work at 6:30 in the morning, so I give my commentary on this, and I will try to do these every Sunday whenever I can. But actually, what I was mainly doing today, besides that, I did have a joint this morning, which kind of knocked me on my ass for a couple hours. I'm not gonna lie, because I rarely even smoke. Um, but I was kind of like between being anxious and also needing to rest at the same time. If that makes any sense to anybody. Um, Haven't said that, but I've also been studying for my CompTIA exam, so I've been going through Udemy to take all the courses, the practice tests, and everything like that. So I've been, studying for, I think I studied for like 3 hours today total, with some breaks in between where I'd go listen to some music, make another cup of coffee or whatever. Um, but I also got this new desk thing where I can actually have it over my legs while I'm sitting on the bed. It's just like a little folding table. But having said that, we are going to respond to a um, Rev's message to men, which was on the 25th of April. And I did see parts of it from Ella Petty and BGTV, so go check them out if you see this video. And if you like this video yourself, be sure to like and subscribe. I do enjoy y'all's support, so let's go ahead and get into this. I cheat you! I remember that.
We're not doing any niceties.
What the fuck is he wearing? I mean, what the hell is he wearing? Oh my god.
We're not doing any intro stupidity. It's not needed. I come tonight with a video that's like really probably, if I thought about it too much, I wouldn't do the video. And this black on my face represents the tears of Christ.
Oh, to the archive channel, Graveyard Flowers, I just want to also suggest, go check out his channel if you want to keep up on anything current with Shanny for Christ or Revelation News. He's saying that these are the tears of Christ. I'm like, really? Really? I honestly, I don't even know how to respond to this, but you're freaking nuts.
Okay. And what does this look like, right? Doesn't this look like the makeup on a female after they cry after an essay?
No, that kind of looks like when you were crying about the whole AI thing that you got into an argument with Will about. And yeah, S8. I don't really even know how to interpret this, but it almost kind of sounds like to a lot of people you could be mocking actual victims of SA when you try to like compare and contrast by doing this kind of crap. Like, what the hell's wrong with you, man? Fuck.
Right? You know, I happen to be a dude, but I definitely have a side of me that's like, I don't know. I ain't trans or nothing, you know. Definitely not. I'm a male and I like being a male, but like drag is cool. I find like dressing up as a female like fun. And that's really in my culture as a Brit, because that's very British to do. And it's been in the whole world.
So what is it, Rev? Is it British or is it the whole world that's been dressing in drag? I mean, people have been doing that since the beginning of man. Any time since civilization has started, there's always been people like that out there. You're not, yeah.
You know, in cultures where they have performance art, you know, they have performances on stage, and a lot of times the females would play males and the males would play females. And it's not weird. It didn't destroy society. It's just that, like, oh, we're going to gender bend for whatever reason. You know, if it's for no reason, then why even doing it? You know, but if it's like a, you know, a plot mechanism, why not? You know what I mean? But anyway, the reason I'm making this video is an extremely serious issue. We today had come out, I guess it came out earlier, not I don't think too earlier than I'm mentioning it, that Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay, very massive channel, and this guy was a football player, big, very muscular, big, powerful, you could guarantee, black guy. You know, and his, I'm pretty sure his channel is called Club Shay Shay. I think that's the name of his channel. It's the famous, all of these sexual deviants, you know, the Cat Williams. Right now it's legendary. You know, that interview is like legendary in terms of YouTube interviews. It's literally, you know, like gold, that interview. And now it comes out, I mean, you know, Shannon Sharp is sitting there with Cat Williams. Like, what is he thinking? What is Shannon Sharp thinking listening to Cat Williams talk about guys that are bitches that essay women because they can't get pussy normal?
I don't, you know, I know this is a very touchy topic, but I don't think in most cases guys do that in order to, just because they can't get any. I think they do it because they typically want power and control over another person. Just predatory behavior, but I don't necessarily think that behavior stems from someone not being able to, you know, get attention from a woman, so to speak. But let's continue.
Use their fame and all that bullshit to push it on a female. Wow, really? See? Oh, big muscular, you know, he's an extremely fit and muscular black man, you know, like he could like just pick up a chick easy at the obviously. He's got tons of money. You know, he's a buff dude. Like, give me a break. he's checks off the list to just get a chick. And probably one that's way younger than him if he wanted. Because he looks young. You know, Shannon Sharp, he looks young. He's like 57 or something, right? He's close to 60. And he was engaging in very, very not okay behavior with a 19-year-old girl. And I don't care if they're fucking on OnlyFans. The super crazy people that want, like, legalized grape are going to say to me, well, what the fuck, Rev? She was on OnlyFans making money on her body and whatever else parts of her. Fucking guys, probably. I don't know. I'm not a connoisseur of it all, of OnlyFans content, obviously. So I don't know what kind of content this chick put out, but it doesn't matter. Okay? I don't care if you're in the middle of your session, 30 minutes, an hour into having sex with someone, and then the female says, no, stop. What happens then? You're 1 hour in, right? And a guy that's fucked that long knows I fucked that long. If you are that far into it, right, your mind almost shuts off. And it's like, okay, I got to find more power reserves to keep pounding, right? If you're really into it and you're doing it, I guess 18 plus, whatever. I don't want no kids on this fucking channel anyway. All right, so listen. This is adult talk. We're talking adult shit. There's many kinks now. And I don't want to know half of them now. I know about stuff that I don't want to know about. Because, when you sniff around porn, you're going to come across things that you don't like at all. And things that you think are over the line. And we're in such a fucking crazy now. It's totally bizarre, actually. We're in this state now where it's this, we call it kink shaming. Well, look, there has to be lines drawn at what we consider as a society as okay and not okay. I say never to NAMBLA. Do you know what NAMBLA is? It's the National Man-Boy Love Association. Every member of that should be like put on some island somewhere. Okay? That is one thing that we should all agree is outside the bounds of anything that society will ever accept. Unless we're so far gone that we're like Greece and Rome where there's pederasty. And we're going to start saying that, oh, we're just training them to be older. No, that's called grooming and abuse. People are going, Rev, you gone on for what, 8 minutes? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm talking about the massive, huge, glaring, absolute, shining, bright, glimmering, huge problem inhumanity that we have right now that's called males doing what they want to females without caring if the girl says yes or the girl says no. How far gone is our fucking society when we think it's starting to go into the thoughts of males? Let's call them red pill Andrew Tate, I'm a super alpha male, sigma male thing. Smegma male. That's what you are. You're a smegma male. You are worth nothing but the slop that you don't clean off of your fucking cock. That's what you are. People like Andrew Tate. The red pillars. They hate women because no woman would ever choose to be with them. And they berate and try and tear down women to feel superior to them. Because that's how little cocks they have. Packing an 8er. I got an 8-incher in here. What's your deal? Get bigger because more muscle mass. You get more muscle mass on your body, you get more cock. You get this? You want to cure your little dick syndrome, guys. You just got to lose weight and build muscle, and you're going to have nice, so you're going to have something bigger than you did. Like me, I was a sixer because I gained weight like crazy. I was, fucking sock account said, he was actually right. Sock account said to me, you were fat, dude. You were calling drag fat and you were fat, and it's fucking true. I looked in the videos and I'm like, holy shit. Like, I didn't even recognize the amount of weight I gained. Mukbanging is fucking horrible. It's evil. I ain't ever gonna be a mukbanger. You get occasional me eating some fucking maybe halal food or something. The mukbang and it's just too much. It's extremely hard to be a mukbanger and not gain weight. I mean, you gotta be dedicated to it. Part of the craft, if you're gonna be a professional mukbanger, part of the craft is working out. It has to be part of your regimen if you're going to be a professional mukbanger, because you're going to end up like Chantal and Amber Lynn. Not that Amber Lynn was ever a mukbang channel. I'm just saying, like, they have not moderated. They don't have concept of moderation. But I'm not bringing Gore World into this. I'm sorry about that, guys. My soul cries out that I needed to make this video and call on males to take a look in the fucking mirror. You need to look yourself in the fucking mirror And you know what you need to ask yourself? You need to ask yourself this. If that one piece of ass that you always wanted is right in front of you, DoorDash, that's not sponsored, but I might as well be because it's like we use DoorDash a lot. You need to look yourself in the mirror the next time you clean your ball sack in the shower, and you gotta look in the fucking mirror, and you gotta ask yourself, okay, am I a man or am I a boy? And I want you to say this to yourself in the mirror. If I went to the YMCA tomorrow, or Planet Fitness, let's say that, because it's kind of co-edy, I think. And you go into that fucking place, and there's a chick there that is exactly what you always wanted in your life. But there's no possibility that she's even going to see you. Why? You're not looking the part. You know you're hung like a fucking infant. You got low self-esteem. Say you had an inkling to go into a restroom or something because you saw her go in there, and you know you have an opportunity to do something. What are you, a man or are you a boy? The man waits for the chick to leave, right? You work out, maybe even coordinate your workout, with her leaving. And then you go and you ask her, hey, you know, I've seen you around here a few times and I think you're fucking cool and I really think you're pretty and whatever. You know, you got to put that on. You put the confidence on and say, yeah, I just really been observing you and you make great progress. You're looking amazing. And I just want to ask you out. Like, you want to go for a coffee now? Like, or what are you doing right now? And then she goes, I'm married. It's over. You know, or I got a boyfriend. It's over, pretty much. If you're not, like if she's looking, if she don't like the guy she's with and she's looking, then you'll get an answer like I did from the one waitress at La Trattoria here in Scranton. Oh, she was cute as shit. She looked like Pam from The Office. She looked almost exactly like Pam from The Office, and I really like Jenna Fisher. I really, really, really like Jenna Fisher. So I asked her, and I was like, so are you with someone? And she's like, kinda, sorta. So that was the answer, sorta. And I said, well, that's sorta yes or sorta no? And she said, yes, sorta yes. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay, well, that's how you do it, you know? And rejection isn't even bad. You understand what I'm saying? Rejection's not bad. You can learn from being rejected. Like, okay, do I need to tweak my look a little bit? Do I need to tweak hygiene? You know, do I need to spray myself with more fucking Axe? Do I need to, use man wipes more? Right? All of these questions, which are valid, you shouldn't be a disgusting pagan, like expect a chick to look at you, especially one that you know what you're aiming for. I think most men have now agreed that the most attractive female physique is bigger. Bigger. We had these homosexuals telling all these women, oh, you're fucking fat, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. These gays. What the hell did they care about what our women look like? Because I'll tell you why. Because they want the men turning to the men. And they want to make the women look so bad that the guys are like, oh, I don't want that. I'll go and look at a statue of like Adonis, with a six-pack, and I'll fuck men. Like, it's disgusting. But this is the programming. It's social programming. And it's about population control at the top of it. But this is fucking stupid. I'm not even going to talk about that. The New World Order's dead on arrival. It doesn't even matter what they want to try and do now. Because Jesus is coming back soon and it's over. It's fucking over before it started, really. But you put us enough. You put mankind through so much dog shit. Elite fucks. Okay? You put mankind through so much shit that the Lord Jesus doesn't... I think he's opened the door to most fucking Satanists at this point. Because the church has fallen. Do you see all the disgusting perversity and R-worders, grapers, SAers, everything disgusting, CA, all of it. Churches, okay? Protestant and Catholic alike, it doesn't matter. They have engaged in some absolute chicanery that there's no forgiving it. You can't pull people's limbs off that are children, and put them in vices, put women on pikes through their crotch. You can't do these things and then say Jesus. What? He goes, who? What? Who said? Did someone say my name? The Catholic Church, right? The guys that put women on literal pyramids, right? They'd split them in half on a pyramid. Maybe that's what the pyramids are all about. The torture device to a woman. They literally skewer them on the pyramid and they split them in half, pretty much. That's Vatican. Stuff. The Crusades, the torture devices, go look at that. Oh my God, that's absolutely got to be of Jesus Christ. Of course. Are you delusion? You deluded. If you think torturers represent Christ in any fucking universe that could ever exist, I don't care if it's the most bizarro fucking world where, like, Jesus is the son of Satan. He still wouldn't be for torture devices. Because even good old Xander LaVey told his crew, hey, do what you want, but don't hurt people. Not Crowley. Crowley said, fuck it, do whatever you want. That's what Crowley said. But LaVey had a brain. Oh yeah, do what you want. You know? Do what you want, but don't hurt people. Hey, I mean, that's just freedom. I mean, Satanism in that level is freedom. It's like America. Okay? It's do what you want, but don't do harm. That's easy. That should be easy. Okay? And what's really crazy about these stars is that they could get they don't even like women, the guys. They don't like chicks. They hate them. They hate women. Down low, homosexual men that are in the closet get with women to abuse them, to hurt them during sex. And what is Shannon Sharp into? I bet you, Shannon Sharp, there's been art. This is allegedly, but it's not allegedly because tons of people have come out and said it, and it's been out there for a long time. They have said that Shannon Sharp is down low. A down low brother. And what does that mean? That is a slang. You could call it one of the slang terms that's come up to represent men having sex with men, and they claim to be heterosexual, but in their private lives, they are having gay sex. Which is extremely reckless and disgusting and horrible to do to your partner. Will Smith, allegedly. I mean, you love Jada, right? Even though she pulled that entanglement deal with your son, with one of your son's friends. Jesus, do you realize we live in Rome? We live in a Roman-esque Sodom and Gomorrah fucking society. And there's things on the internet now that you could see that I think even the Vatican didn't even come up with. They didn't have electricity back in the day, right? So they didn't have the idea of, like, shocking a woman's private parts. Look, I'm telling you the darkest possible shit, and it's there. And it's legal. It's legal. We have to make a decision in the country. We have to make a decision in the country to become more moral in what we consider to be acceptable, to promote, to monetize. What was the worst thing they said about Sodom and Gomorrah? Oh, there were some homosexuals. Okay. Predatory, yeah, because they wanted to take the angels. They didn't want to consensually say, hey, what's up? Can we fuck you? No. They wanted to take them. Okay. So we have grapers, and they were homosexual in nature. Okay. Do you realize there are things now on the internet that is not really, it's a Google search away, that you can see some of the most grotesque, degrading, vile, evil, torture. I'm not going to say nothing over that. I gave you all that last word. If you're an adult, and you want to see what I'm talking about, put in Google search once. Don't look it up ever again. I don't want you to get this shit in your head. But if you need to know the enemy, you need to know the enemy. You need to know your enemy. You need to know your enemy. vile shit. Just put in this search term. Violent AI porn. I'll never say those words again. But I am going to tell you, and if you add the word torture in there are men out there that literally are living right next to you, probably, that are into this. You want to talk about needing Jesus? You are so in need of Jesus if you're consuming that you're to the point over the edge that you need to absolutely start reading the Bible again and get your mind off of that. This video I did for women. I did this video for women because I love women. They are entrancing. They are the greatest drug. You girls are the greatest drug. That's what Peter Steele said, and I agree. Women are the ultimate fucking drug. And we need to start understanding as males that there is a spirit behind a person behind what you are objectifying and lessening. By your objectification, you are lessening the beauty and grandeur and glory of the creation that God made. You are degrading that creation with your constant darkness in something that should be holy and be all about making a girl squirt. Okay? Pleasure. Why do you want to do pain to something that's supposed to be a very beautiful, life-making action? Why do you want to pervert it and invert it and turn it upside down and want to rip her apart? Why? I don't feel this way. I am the guy, the former. I want to know how to make a girl squirt as hard as possible. This is 18 plus. This is a conversation that serious Christian men, are there abuser women? Yeah. But the vast majority of what's going on here is male on female shit. If you say to the question that I asked you when you look you're in the mirror and you go, okay, oh man, she's right in front of me, you know, I'll describe what my thing. It's like, oh, there she is. She's like 5'3", she's like 5'2". It's a goth girl. She's got big butt, big boobs, super pale skin and tats all over and fucking piercings and shit, and that's that's it right there in front of me. Do you go hi and move on, or do you do something because you can? Then you're a boy and you need to learn. AWE, that's it. Peace.